Yeah, and we're back to smoke sessions. Hey, where do we live? Anyway, yeah, I had to take that phone call. So, where do we live? I was talking about the race stuff, and then with the white privilege and stuff like that. So, like at the time when I was younger, I didn't understand it because I felt that everybody, you know, man, and honestly, like growing up in my time, like there still was racism and like people were pushing for me to be a certain way, and I just didn't fit in with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I love all people. So, I've got 5 baby moms. I've got African American one, a Latino one, and some white ones, and I love them all. They're all great people, awesome human beings. Everybody's got their flaws. You feel me? But for the most part, yeah. I like the cultures, different cultures, true different foods and shit like that. Well, anyways, back to what I was saying. So I look at it as like every man, whether they be black or white, has a decision. Do they want to fucking be a product of their environment? Do they want to fucking go to jail and be strung out or whatever, or do they want to work and be a fan? Like, you get the choice in the United States today. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And a lot of the media or whatever and hip hop culture and music cultures want you to be a certain way, and that poisons the mind of the youth. You know what I mean? So yeah, I felt that we all had that chance. But then after somebody broke down the white privilege and how, if let's say you have a family and everybody in your family is lawyers, you're more likely to be a lawyer. You feel me? Like, that's what you're around money, you know what I mean? Your likelihood to be a lawyer is a lot higher. So there is a privilege. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm not going to talk about any of the oppression or whatever. You feel me? Like, when somebody is held back from something for so long and they are denied education, and like in the 60s there was the segregated beaches, and because there was segregated beaches and because there was a lot of race shit going on and African Americans were getting killed, they didn't learn how to swim because of that, you know what I mean? And that's a large number. That's statistics. It is what it is, you know what I mean? And I started to see that. So now you see why a lot of more African Americans can't swim, because their culture was just fucking held back from it. Like, white people were taught how to swim, so then their kids could be able to taught how to swim. You feel me? Like, learn one. You know what I'm saying? Like, teach one. You see, everyone, like, you help one. They just keep passing it on. So if a person is denied whatever, you know what I mean? They're not gonna be able to have a fair shot. You're starting at the fucking bottom. If you're starting at the top, you got a better chance of succeeding. If you're starting at the bottom, you got a better chance of being at the fucking bottom. You feel me? Like, my parents told me, like, since I was a kid, they knew, like, from my actions and behaviors and I guess our situation, I don't fucking know, that I was gonna go to jail. Like, I was gonna be, it's just what it is. I was kind of a problem child, you know what I mean? Man, when you tell somebody that for so long, they kind of believe it, you know what I mean? I was told I was stupid and shit like that, so like, you start believing it. So you hold yourself back because you get fucking enslaved by your thoughts. You feel me? So that was fucked up. I learned a lot, but yeah, that kind of thing. And then I seen, like, yeah, so there is white privilege. You feel me? And it's not my fault, and it's not the African Americans' fault. It just is what the fuck it is. We were born at this time, and this is what the fuck is going on, and nobody can fucking help it. I don't give a fuck what your great great granddaddy did. That ain't got shit to do with me, cuz, I didn't live that then. You feel me? I wasn't there. I couldn't do shit about it. Now I'm here living, and I got brothers of all nationalities, colors, different, whatever. You feel me? And as long as you conduct yourself a certain way and you get the respect that you deserve, you can move up however you want to, but you ultimately now, you do have a choice which way you want to go. You understand? Yeah. Alright, here's something else about Jack. We'll get off of that real quick. So, like, I work at this spot, it's a gas station, and just, that's not what I normally do, but it is what it is. I humble myself and I take what I can take with the situation here. And So a guy comes in the night, and cause I work late nights, and he's a homeless dude, and my coworker's trying to like get him about the store. He ain't got no money, and he doesn't even be hanging out in the store, which is cool. I get it. You know, he just wants a fucking warm spot to chill, and we're the only spot open 24 hours around. So I get it, and it's sad because there was a hurricane here a year ago that wiped out a lot of people's houses, and now there's a lot of homeless people of all colors and everything, you know what I mean? And you're kind of stuck in that environment when that happens, and then you're around the streets, you see what I'm saying? So now a lot more people are going to have a higher likelihood of using substances because the things that go on at night after 10 o'clock are not good. My grandfather always told me nothing good happens after 10 o'clock, you feel me? And I was always out, but I get it now, you know what I mean? And now that these people who were, you know, white collar, blue collar workers who had houses and families and a legacy, everything got wiped out. So now you got everybody is stuck in the fucking streets with no motherfucking help. And if you were here in North Carolina when the shit popped off and you had a Trump flag, FEMA did not knock on your door and fucking offer any help. And that is fucked up. So, like, check this out. I'm not going to get into politics. My shit is my shit. And I will talk about some politics. But I talk, like, for me, from the heart. And I don't give a fuck about left, right, Republican, Democrat. I do not side with a lot of Democrats. Those fucking way lunatic ones. And I'll get into that, too, here in a minute. You know, everybody has the right to their own motherfucking opinion and belief, right? You feel me? And if you see that it's going somewhere, you do have the right to say, listen, I'm trying to set a firm boundary here. I don't think we should talk about politics because I'm not trying to argue. You feel me? That's how I stand. And then you got people who just don't give a fuck and try to frame that shit down your fucking face. So anyway, so we're at the gas station and the homeless guy's in there and, you know, he's cold. My coworker's trying to run him off. Cool. I'm like, hey man, here. Like, yo, check this out. All I have is a motorcycle that I ride for work, right? It's fucking cold right now. I got a leather jacket and a hoodie. I wasn't properly dressed for this evening either, you feel me? And so I'm like, here, bro, take my hoodie. He's still trying to stay in the store, and I'm like, bro, like, you know, because, like, I respect this dude been there longer than me, and it is what it is. If he says you go, you go. I'll back him, and he has backed me when I put people out. It is what it is. That's how we do. You know, and it's cool. That's what I like about this place. But this dude, you know, I give him the hoodie. And he goes outside, and he's over there fucking around, right where my coworker just said, do not be out front of our fucking store. If I can't see you, you're cool. You know what I mean? Go around back. We're not gonna fuck with you. The police come in here all hours of the night. Our fucking boss does not want people outside of, you know, it's just like, that doesn't look good for a business. You feel me? So, be respectful, move the fuck on. You know, I tell him to go around the corner. So he comes back in hours later. And let me remind. I said, hey, bro, that's all you got, you know? I said, come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and I'll give you a jacket. I got a nice jacket. I'll give it to you, you know? And he's trying to give us a little pity party. I said, bro, listen, I've been there. You know, I know what it's like to be cold. You feel me? Like, I slept in a fucking tent. I've been in a tent, slept on the street. I've been without tents. I've been there, bro. From rags to riches and back. You feel me? The hell back twice. I don't give a fuck. I know what it's like. I have compassion for people. I have empathy. You feel me? I ain't no bitch. I ain't no sucker. You feel me? But at the same time, I'm like, here, bro, somebody helped me out once. I was cold. Somebody gave me a jacket. I remember coming out of bookings one time. I ain't have shit. Fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Shivering cold, though. Sick, ain't had shit. Motherfucking homies trying to run me off the block because it's the spot. And I'm like, bro, I need this payphone. And somebody come up and gave me a couple dollars and gave me a jacket. And I wasn't homeless by any means. But I just didn't have what I needed at the time, so they helped me out, you feel me? And there's been other situations, people taking me in or helping me, shit, whatever. Give back, motherfucker. You give out, the universe will give back to you. So I get it, you know, told him that. I gave him the hoodie. He moved on. He comes back. And he goes, man, this fucking hoodie sucks. And I'm like, I said, huh? He said, man, this fucking hoodie sucks. And I just got the fuck up and walked in the back. And I was going to say something. I was actually going to take the motherfucking shit back. But then I got thinking, nah, even like Jesus, like, feed thy enemy, fucking whatever. Take care of the motherfuckers, right? I ain't gotta like you, but I gotta love you. That's how I feel. I ain't gotta fucking like you. I gotta love you. We're stuck in this motherfucking world, cuz I've been there. Here. But that's like some ungrateful shit. Then I found out, like, they got into it with a coworker earlier on a different shift. I didn't know this. He threatened him or something, got into it with some customers. Somebody, like, dumped some sodas on his head, whatever. I didn't know him at that time. If I would have known that, I would not have helped him the way that I helped him. But, oh well, I helped him, I will not be giving him a jacket. If you're gonna, and then he also commented on my jacket. Like, he wants this. Like, bro, yeah, I gave you a hoodie because you're cold. I gotta ride home now, and nothing but a jacket, and it's cold outside. So I'm taking one for the team, so right, we can spread the pain a little bit. Guess what? You're not as cold, and I'm a little colder. You feel me? No biggie, I don't give a fuck. I got 7-minute ride home. I'll take the cold for a little bit just to help the brother out who's cold. But that was some ignorant shit. That's fucked up. Be grateful, bro. You can't be picky on where your motherfucking help comes from. You know what I mean? If you're broke, don't be smoking Newports. Don't be dropping money on motherfucking lottery tickets. Right? If you got a debt, do your damnedest to pay that shit off. Make a fucking effort. Bro, you owe somebody $8,000, give a fucking $5 a week. Something. I mean, I still owe people money. It is what it is, but that was a different situation, and I'll do what I do to pay my shit off and it gets paid. That is just wild. On to the next topic. So I'm in there, and we're chilling one night, and the police come in a lot, a lot at the time. The officer comes in. I don't know how the fuck we got on it. I think my coworker kind of like reeled me in on that one. And the officer tells me that the state of North Carolina's laws supersede the Constitution. And I'm like, whoa, buddy. No, that's not true. And he's like, well, yeah, it is, because, like, think about your gun rights and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, whoa. So I pull up the Constitution and I show him where it says that the Constitution supersedes any state law. You feel me? And I show this to him. And this officer tells me that, I must have got that from some government fucking website. Nah, bro, it's the Constitution. I said, didn't you swear to uphold the Constitution? Aren't you an officer of peace? Like, aren't you, you know what I'm saying? Public servant, bro. And then he starts backpedaling a little bit and talks simply said, well, I didn't say that it supersedes. I said that that we can restrict the Constitution. I said, no, you can't, bro. So then, he makes a couple of comments. He's like, I am that guy that they call that goes up against the sovereign citizen or the what the fuck. He mentioned some other shit. You know what I mean? Like constitutionalist. Yo, constitutionalist. I don't lose a case. And I'm like, man, I was like, cause y'all ain't got motherfuckers for staying on their shit out here. That's like. I guess that was a fucked up comment. It is what it is, but you don't make a little snide comment. It is what it is. I got a right to my opinion and my constitutional rights. Like, it is what it is. You cannot offend with me. I ain't gonna be no stupid ass motherfucking try to fuck with the police and, oh, you can't pull me over and da-da-da-da. But no, if you know your rights and state laws, follow the motherfuckers and you won't have a problem. Know your shit and follow it. And if you're gonna break the law, know the law, so what you're getting yourself into. So I tried to regress a little bit, but I said, excuse me, can you please show me where, where it says that that North Carolina state law supersedes the Constitution or restricts the Constitution? Just pull it up and show me. What statute is it? Like, show me, please. Like, I would like to know from my own personal knowledge. That would help me, so then I can understand your laws, So I'm not breaking them, basically. You feel me? Nah, not you. I'm not doing that. Pull it up on your phone, bro, something. I ain't got time to do all that. Okay. And I just walked away. I had to. Since then, people make comments like, oh, they're gonna pull you over. And I'm like, man, I make my little jokes. They gotta have a reason to pull me over. Like, I'm honestly, like, today, the way that I'm living, like, I do not want to break any laws. Like, I'm not trying to fucking speed like that. I'm not gonna be selling any drugs or fucking any illegal activity. I don't want to be in the motherfucking streets. Like, I want to be a human being. I want to be a fucking civilian. Be a civilian, that's all. And there's nothing wrong with that. I told my son was young, because he's grown, he's 22. He had his low moments, and he had his rebellions or whatever, and he wanted to be a person, doing whatever, you feel me? And I told him, I said, listen, so basically, I'm not gonna say there's no right and wrong, because everyone knows right and wrong, but at the same time, everything is perception, you know. If you do something wrong, right, so the way that you choose to live, as long as you are okay with that and you can live with the consequences that become behind your actions, right, responsibly, you live with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your life. You choose to live it the way that you want to live it. If you want to go to fucking jail, if you want to be in the streets, if you choose that lifestyle, you know what the fuck comes with it. For real. If you want to be a square, I tell my son, if you want to be a square, son, there's nothing wrong with being a square. But know that you have to conduct yourself a certain way. If you're a fucking square, you're gonna call the police. If you get robbed, you're gonna call the police. If somebody tries to fight you, you're gonna call the police. That's what squares do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, perception, right? If you're in the streets and you conduct yourself that way, guess what? There's no fucking snitching. If you get your fucking ass beat, it is what it is. If you go try to fight somebody and you get fucked up, you do not sue that motherfucker. You take your licks, keep it pushing. If you get hemmed up, why am I gonna tell on that man? He's living his life the same way I'm living my life. Why am I gonna pass the buck? I got hemmed up. I'm laying down for my shit. You don't fucking pass the buck, you beat your shit, your homies. If you don't, like, you know, like I was taught, you know, it's only a secret if you're the only one that knows. And, you know, if you do something to somebody, like for real, that's the only people that need to know about it. You know, like it's just how you want to live your life. You know, I would hope that you would choose to live a better life than I've lived. Like, and I always give his my son, he drops knowledge on me too. It's funny, you know. I'm telling him one time, like, you know, I'm sorry that I couldn't be more like your stepfather. Like, he's a good ass dude, and he's taught you the right way. You know what I mean? He's fucking consistent. He's got a good job. He's there for his family. He takes care of his shit. Good man. Always respect him. You know, I do got a lot of respect for him. Always try to be appreciative and show gratitude. You know, for the man who is taking care of mine while I'm in jail or while I'm in rehab or while I'm on the motherfucking streets living in a tent or whatever. Like when I'm doing my dumb shit and this man stood the fuck up and is raising mine like it, that's a man. You know, and I'm appreciative of that. I got some good positive male role models in my children's lives. You feel me? And I'm grateful for that. Because I haven't, you know, so I'm talking to him. And you know, my son tells me, he said, Dad, he said, you taught me more than a lot of people that, you know, he said, you taught me a lot of shit. Taught me how to ride a bike. Taught me how to drive a car. Just be the best you that you can be. That shit hit though. You feel me? Yeah, that shit hit. Sorry, I got a little emotional. He ain't talking right now. That shit is what it is, but yeah, that shit. That's my son dropping knowledge on me. Because I'm feeling insufficient at that time. I'm not feeling like a man because I can't take care of mine. I couldn't teach my kid how to stay the fuck out of trouble because I'm always in the streets and get in trouble. You feel me? So, I'm grateful I was grateful at the time to have a relationship with my son that I had. We had a great relationship. So, that shit. He dropped out. But yeah, he's a good kid. He ended up getting out of the streets, and I'm an electrician. I've been doing electric work since he was born, and he got into the electrical union. And his stepfather, is in the he's in the carpentry union. He's got a good job, like I said. So he helped him get that shit, and some of my influences had a little influence on that shit too, but not in the mainstream fucking art. You feel me? Like, I know a lot of people in the construction industry. I've been doing it, like I said, since 2000. Well, shit, I've been doing construction my entire fucking life. I've been doing electric since 2003. And I've met some great fucking electricians. And I've worked in federal buildings, and I've worked in the union, and, I know a lot of people in that shit. So people hear the last name, and they know that he's my son. They're kind of like, there's always somebody in the background pulling for you that you don't know about. Like, not everybody fucking acknowledges that fact. You feel me? There's people who may be like hard on you, and you're like, damn, this guy's such a dickhead, but you don't see what he's doing in the background. You know what I mean? Like, I've had judges fucking act a certain way, and you're like, man, fuck that, look, and you're sitting there and you're like, fuck. Like, I remember I was a kid at a lot of time, and I gave myself, like, I try and do my best to try to rehabilitate myself from praying and doing all that shit. And I left it up to God, and I was grateful for the time that I got, because I knew I could have gotten more. You know what I mean? You just get lucky. Every dog has his day. You feel me? And you gotta know your shit. And then I was young and dumb and did a lot of dumb shit like that. Though. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a fucking square. There's nothing wrong with being in the streets, as long as you're trying to fucking better yourself and provide for yours. Like, not everybody knows what it's like to walk in other people's shoes. If you ain't got the option, and everybody's like, you always have the option. No, you don't. No, not sometimes. The car just stacked against you, and you gotta do the fuck you gotta do just to survive, bro. Just to fucking survive. You know what I mean? To stay clean, to fucking keep food in your stomach, to fucking just for you to fucking survive. Sometimes you gotta do some shit that's fucking, not cool, but it is what it is. As long as you can live with the consequences that come behind your action, if you conduct yourself a certain way and treat everybody with respect, I think everybody's cool. Oh yeah, and then on to the one lady, the chick that was a friend with me, and when she found out that my political views didn't exactly align with her, she tried to force her political views on me, and that's where I try to set my boundaries and right? So this lady, she goes onto my Facebook and stalks me, and comes into my work and fucking is talking about my Facebook shit, and like I've been like walking away from her since the original incident, because, and I told her, like, lady, like, it is sad that you were that judgmental, that you cannot be friends with somebody who shares a different belief or view than you. That's basically like saying, oh, you're a Muslim, we can't be friends, you were raised this way, we can't. Fuck that shit, we all can be friends, bro. And that's the thing that I was talking about before, is if I want somebody to respect my views and opinions, I need to respect their views and opinions. You feel me? And then it's good. But just like, so yeah, so I thought, like, lady, that's my motherfucking Facebook, bro. Right at work, right in front of other customers. Like, that's my motherfucking Facebook. You're not friends with me on Facebook. Why are you looking at my shit? Why are you telling me what I can and can't post on my Facebook, bro? I said, well, you're free healthcare. You might as well go get some mental health help. And she looks, I got healthcare. I was like, good, because I fucking don't, bitch. Like, what the fuck? I can't get it. Make too much to get any fucking help from this state, but I don't make enough to fucking survive. They don't take in consideration child support, rent, fucking food, or anything else. And you can't get fucking healthcare. Get sick and your fucking medicine costs a couple $100. That sets you back even further. How the fuck am I supposed to, if I get sick and I'm just reestablishing myself, how the fuck am I supposed to get any kind of help? Need fucking surgery? Can't get it. Need medications? Can't get it. This shit's crazy. This world is crazy. A little all over the place, but I don't give a fuck. We're trying to get out there. Like I said, we're trying to help people and get back. I got in with a good church in Asheville. Seafall, something like that. Really cool church. I get emotional, overwhelmed because of, that is my time with my creator. You feel me? Like, I don't care if I'm around a couple hundred people, bro. Like, being around that and worshiping and knowing that, there's a better purpose and I've been forgiven for the shit that I've done, so I try to forgive people for the shit that they've done. Oh yeah, crazy. So we'll go get we'll get into my story later, but here's a couple of things that's crazy how life works. You never know, like with the health shit, you never know where your health's gonna come from, and the people that are there for you right now won't be there for you tomorrow. And the people that are there for you tomorrow, you would have never thought that would have been there for you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my dad left when I was 2, or somewhere around there. I don't know. And I met him when I was 23, and we got to know each other a little bit. It's cool, because I always wanted to know him. You know what I mean? But I still had some kind of resentments inside, and that's that pride thing. Pride's a motherfucker. Pride's like the number one sin. First one. So, and when keeping that pride keeps you from whatever, you feel me? So, like, I wanted to have a relationship with him and shit, but then I had the resentments at the same time. We got to know each other. I went to jail for a little while. I come home, like, very still sensitive and angry. A lot of shit happened while I was incarcerated. A lot of shit. But, a lot of shit with my children happened while I was incarcerated. And so when I came home and he made a comment like, "Oh, you've been home 3 months and you're just now," and I'm bipolar too, so and I wasn't properly medicated at the time either. So, so I'm like, man, this was like 20-something years without, you know what I mean? And you're gonna come at me like, you knew where I was. Your wife worked for the Department of Corrections. You could have dropped me a letter, you know what I mean? And I blocked him, and I argued with one of my sisters, and it was bad, and I didn't talk to him for years. And then I started to get sober, and I started to allow God to work in my life, right? And my children were in my life, like. I walked away from a fucking amazing relationship with an amazing woman who fucking loved me very much. And it wasn't even a drug that fucking got the relationship. It was the fucking mental health and depression. And I had to walk away from that relationship to save her and her kids and protect them. And I stayed away for 4 years, didn't talk to the lady. And I wasn't going to, because certain programs teach you that when you make amends, you don't make amends to people. It's like, that could end them or others, you know what I'm saying? So, like, and you don't know what's going to end them or others. If you had a romantic relationship with somebody, and even if you try to make amends and you do make amends, it could backfire. Was kind of like, that. So, I'm in this program, and I went with God, and I did a long-term program, and I just let him guide me and shape me how he wanted, and I started reaching out to my kids, and my oldest son was a little resentful. He made some fucking comments. So then, when I was growing up, like, I always thought, never gonna be like that. I'm always gonna for my kids, but then the life that I lived kept me from my kids. So so I kind of like felt. So like when I started making my amends, for me to expect my children to forgive me, I kind of gotta forgive my father for, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing, and my stepfather, and like different shit. Like if I expect my children to forgive me for how I am, I have to forgive my parents for how they are. I can't hold it back. Expect my kids to. It just doesn't work that way. So, you know, I made amends with my father, and we started talking. We started establishing a relationship, and it wasn't the best of relationship. It was something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I made my amends, and I told him I didn't want to have a relationship with him when we started having a relationship. And then I started to have a relationship with my kids, and I have a daughter that while I was incarcerated, she ended up getting taken out of the country. I gave custody of her to the grandparents, and you know, I had a lot of resentment towards them, and back I did spaz out on them too at one time. And I'm like, y'all took my kids out the country, da 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 da. I want to revisit the custody, da 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 da. I'm like 6 months old. And you know, the dude told me he hit me with some shit, and I respect when somebody fucking kind of puts you in your place. Cause the dude was like, look, don't blame me for your shortcomings, bro. Basically, blame me, you know. You set yourself up for where you are. We're taking care of your fucking kid, bro. So I just sit back and I'm like, damn. So I wrote that man a letter, and I was like, listen, I am truly grateful that you could provide my daughter for a life that I couldn't. Because she traveled all over the fucking country, all over the country, all over the world, bro. She's been all over the world. She lived in Honduras for years. She lived in fucking Kenya for years. But you know, I reached out to him, and you know, made that a man. And he said, you know what? If you want to come and visit, you're more than welcome whenever. So I think it was like 5 years. It went 5 years without seeing her, talking to my daughter because of pride and because of the resentments that I had towards her people who were taking care of my kid. And then I asked them to, you know what I mean? So I ended up getting into a sober house and becoming the house manager. And I started fixing some shit, and I got a car in my name. Doing shit. I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna get legit. Like, I don't want to be da-da-da-da. So I started getting on paper, you know, because before it was always putting cars in someone else's names and houses in other people's names, or whatever. Get over, you know, manipulating situations. So I'm legit, and I'm making amends, and I end up flying to Florida, and house manager and all that other shit. So I flew to Florida, and I stayed with them at their condo in Panama City, and it's fucking beautiful, bro. So yeah, she all she wants is a relationship with me. She just wants to talk to her dad. That's it. That's all I ever wanted, you know. So yeah, so like this shit's going on. I ended up meeting somebody, and I ended up having a couple more kids, and you know, one was made like Toby, my oldest son, my oldest son, or youngest son, Toby, was made out of pure love. Like everything was perfect. You know, meeting her, and we were both in recovery. Like this shit was just, I've never, you know, like her and I are a lot alike, and we go through a lot of the same shit. It was great. So Toby was made out of pure love, and then you know, some shit popped off, and her and I got, you know, back in the shit, and then we had another kid, and I had to take Toby, well, like, long story. Anyway, but we had another kid, and that kid was stuck in the streets, and I had to take custody of her too, which sucks. I've never ever taken custody from my mother except for these two. I couldn't, yeah. So anyway. My daughter was in the streets, and I had somebody call me, like, cause I'm in the same situation. I'm doing what I do, and I had some people call me like, "Hey, you gotta come over here. This kid, like, these people don't know me from Adam. You know, Like I was knocking on, like you can ask people. I was walking around in the fucking different neighborhoods, pounding on motherfucking doors in the apartment complexes. I got my homie with me and whatever I need, and looking for this chick and my kid. And immediately I was like, okay, I think it's right. So I brought her back with the kid, and it was bad. Yeah, a lot of bad shit. But anyway, so I had to get them kids away from her, and then I couldn't do it on my own. So then, I had to do another fucked up shit. So like my brother took my youngest son for me. I was working in DC, living in Frederick, just like a little over hour drive. Daycares don't open until 6. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta be in DC at 6. And a lot of shit was hard to try to raise a single man by himself in an apartment, trying to raise 2 kids in diapers, 11 months apart was hard. So my brother took my son for me while I tried to get situated, and then my buddy, boom. So Bo took Dreamer, and she was like, sorry, she was like 4 months old. So it's like right around Christmas time. And Bo takes Dreamer, and shit's good. Like I'm still in the kids' lives. Like I'm seeing them. I'm going up to Bo, dropping off food. It's all with the contents. Like you'll see here in a second. So, like, Bo takes my kid in, and, like basically, like I'm trying to make it work, and I got my apartment, and I am doing the best that I could, and everybody was crazy. And watching somebody you love go through that, knowing because I've been through that, it's fucking hard. And I lost my purpose because I might want my kids. So, like, I fuck up, and I'll bring her back. I end up overdosing like right after Christmas, and they found me around a dumpster. So yeah, shit spiraled out of control pretty quick. And like I got her some help, and I was barely hanging on. I'm trying to whiten up all this shit like a motherfucker. I'm barely hanging on. And I got her some help. I got her in a treatment or whatever, and a lot of fucked up shit happened then. And long story short, so my family's got my kids. I'm continuously trying to make it work with her, still to this day. And let's fast forward. A lot of fuck shit happened. I lost everything. Me and her trying to make it work. Like let's say a year ago. About a year ago, her and I were not together. We were together, but not together. We were on the streets, in and out of different treatments, fucking whatever, everywhere. Fucking anywhere you can think of. Baltimore, fucking Frederick, Hagerstown, like everywhere. The worst of the worst places, the best of the best places. It didn't fucking matter. We had every opportunity to get the shit right, but we're trying to fucking make the shit work, and it just wasn't working because we're too fucking dope fiend cokehead. It just can't fucking, and so toxic, physically, mentally, spiritually, sexually, everything. Just fucking, but we love each other. Yeah, we fucking spiral out of control. So I'm laying in bed a year ago on my birthday. she knows I was on the streets, and I'm laying in bed with a different chick who loves me, and I have a lot of love for her and respect for her too. And we're not sleeping together at the time. She's just there for me, and you know, and I'm truly grateful for that as well. And but I'm laying there, and I could have done whatever the fuck I wanted, but I didn't want to disrespect her either, you know, because I'm trying to learn from the way that I was. And so like, I get the phone call, you know, hey baby, I'm over at this motel. So I get over there, I leave. Hey, check this out, I'll be back. I run my bike across town. Get to the motel. It's my birthday. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. She's funny. We start fighting, and I'm like, whatever, fuck this, it's my birthday, I'm leaving, I ain't putting up with this shit. We end up getting in the fucking parking lot. She ripped my favorite hoodie, and once again we try. It's kind of like the Eagles when they lock fucking talent, and they spiral this death spiral until they almost hit the ground, and before they hit the ground they fucking break off. Watch it, it's pretty cool. That's how her and I's relationship was being at the time, you know. So like we end up fucking innocent, basically, you know, like whatever does survive. Then some shit popped off. I ain't gonna get into it, but I end up in the hospital going crazy, and she ends up in jail. Right, I come out of the hospital, I didn't know where the fuck she was. She just disappeared. Everyone's saying she's doing this, state, and the third, with this, state, and the third. I can't find her. Can't find her on the internet. Like, don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, on the street, all that shit. Oh, man, fuck this shit. And so I check myself in, and I go get some help, and Then I find out that she's locked up. So like you do the same shit. Get sober. In another town. After doing the same shit. And we were doing well. And the last one was fucked up. But anyways, yeah, so all hell breaks loose. Again, you know, she gets out of jail. We were cleaning and shit pop up. And shit pops off, and it got bad again. And we're back on the streets again. And we got some big blow up ass fight, and you know, she left. We was on the street, and she left me with a cart full of shit. She took my bike, my motorbike, and you know, fuck this bitch, and I left. So we split, because this is how we do. And then we split, and I'm trying to like figure a way to fucking straighten up. But I'm getting bigger. And she's getting bigger. Yeah. And basically, I don't have nowhere to go. I'm back on the street again, kind of weird, and I go back to the hood and figure out where the fuck she's at. Go to this random person's fucking shit, beat on the door, drag her ex out. Her and I spoke, and we were trying to pull the shit out, and then the shit just got bad. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I can't keep living like this. And so I did it, and it was cool. Here's the fucking kicker. I got nowhere to go. And I'm tired of living the way that I'm living. So I ended up talking to my old man. And he's like, come out to North Carolina. I don't know if I asked him or if he asked me. I can't remember. But I just had to get the fuck up off the streets. And I knew if her and I stayed Yes, we were trying, but that shit tomorrow. I'm putting tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, bro. Like, and me, when I'm ready, I'm fucking ready, and I'll cut everything and everyone off so I can get the fuck ready, because I want my shit back. I want my kids back. I want my family back. You know, I don't want to be on the streets. I'm getting my shit back. I'm a hard ass worker. I fucking got great ass fucking, you know what I'm saying? So like, this shit, I'm out. And I get here. And you know, my family's not talking to me. My fuckers, just a lot of foul shit has fucking happened. Nobody's speaking to me. Basically, because I keep choosing her and I keep doing the same shit. Basically, the last 5 years, bro, has been nothing but fucking hell. Same fucking cycle with the same female, and I'm trying to make it work with her, and she's trying to make it work with me, because we don't want to be like we grew up without our parents. You know what I mean? And we split, you know, and we don't want our kids. We just want to be a family. That's all. And nobody understands. You know what I mean? Y'all so toxic, stay the fuck away from each other. We can't. You know? Yeah, I'm not gonna get into all the crazy shit, whatever is crazy shit, but my pops takes me in, and you know, her and I still talk. And like always, she goes back to jail. Same cycle. Shit, in the past 5 years, I can't tell you I was just in jail. When I was 25, I'm like, hey, fuck this shit. I ain't going back to jail. I laid it down. I got an 18-month deal with a year consecutive. Fuck that shit. I said I wasn't going back. I got tired of hurting my family, right? And I kept trying to tell her that, but here we are. I'm here. I end up getting here, and her and I talk, and her and I talk, and yeah, we want to make it work. You know what I mean? But like, we both got our resentments, and she's tired of me leaving her, and she's always on the streets, and I'm tired of being drugged in the fucking streets, and it's not even her fault. Like, it is her fault, but it isn't her fault. You can't help who you love. You know what I mean? And a drowning person can't save a drowning person, bro. They tell you when the plane crashes to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. I can't fucking save her and save myself at the same time. You gotta choose. The only way to save her is I gotta save myself. And that's how it always goes. I save myself until cause I hit a bottom, and your bottom's wherever the fuck you wanna stop digging, bro. You don't have, and my mom told me one time, she was like, oh, you don't have to go all the way down. You can stop now. You don't get it, everything was gold. Forget. That's the mindset. I remember everything, it comes with the territory. Like, remember when I was overdosing a lot back in the day, in the early 2000s, and mom's like, somebody called us. They never called her. And they didn't know. And somehow they called her the one time. And I'm in the hospital. It was a bad one. It was bad. Like I said, I've overdosed 20 times. I was found dead twice. Dead. Twice. Brought back. And the fucked part, when you die living that lifestyle, you don't see no light, bro. It's nothing but darkness. That's the God's honest truth. And my belief is if you die doing foul shit, you're not going to heaven. You're not going to be the people that get them t-shirts that say fucking RIP, you're in heaven. Bro, if you're shooting, gangbanging, fucking shooting dope, you're not going to fucking heaven right then. Sorry. You chose to live in the darkness. You died in the darkness. That's where you go. My opinion. And I'm a Christian. Per se. Yeah. So, she's in jail. And my dad helps me out here. And I can't get a fucking picture of my kids. My two youngest. Oldest ain't talking to me, my son ain't talking. So it's a fuck time right now, but I know from previous experiences that when I give myself to the Lord gives back. And if I give to people, the universe gives back. Like, it is what it is. If you're a good person, good comes of it. If you're a fucking shit ass person, shit comes of it. And I've been on both ends of the fucking stick. Done to me, and I've been the doer. You know what I'm saying? Like, every good man has a bit of evil, and every evil man has a bit of good. Remember that shit. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But anyways, Pops brings me out here, and I talk to her, and me and Pop start having this relationship, and it's fucking, you know, the first month was hard because I'm coming off of every substance known to man. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically cold turkey. You know what I mean? Got off of Suboxone, got off of fucking smack, got off of fucking everything. You know? And he took me in and just fucking, he's like, what do you need? And I could have anything. I could have, and you know, like, I used to be a fucking foul ass manipulating motherfucker, but then I seen I'd rather use my powers for good and not evil. I don't want people to do that to me, so I don't do that to people. So, like, I'm honest, and I'm like, this it is what it is. Like, look, I'm gonna smoke weed. I've always smoked weed. I've smoked weed all the time. I'm done with it. I'm not letting anybody fuck up my shit. This is my life. I'm not letting fucking, like, listen, I love AANA. I will never speak out of state in my motherfucking life. It taught me some motherfucking principles and a way of life and how to give myself to God and give back to others and, you know, and all of that great shit. But at the same time, like, that whole, I'm different. The marijuana thing's a marijuana thing, and it's all with the intent, bro. If you're using it to get fucked up, you're getting fucked up. If you're using it as a medicine, it's a motherfucking medicine. You feel me? Like, people use pain medicines, they can take them and not have a problem with it. Me, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's not for me. Weed's not for some people. Alcohol is not for some people. Some people can have a beer and fucking stop. Some people can't. You know, I had a beer once, it stopped. You know what I mean? I don't want to get drunk anymore. I choose not to do things anymore. I'm not going to let anybody poison my shit. I'm giving myself to the Lord. I'm trying to get back and I build this relationship with my Father. And that's fucking beautiful, man. Yeah, probably helped me out with some weed. And, you know, I had to find my own shit, but you feel me? Yeah. So, he just lets me be because he knows I'm coming off of everything. You know, yeah, we have we're bonding, we're talking, we're watching TV, you know, he's helping me, like, we're going out, shooting pool, every Monday night, we're having meatloaf Monday nights, you know what I'm saying, we're having, you know, we're building a relationship, you know, and I asked him, I was like, hey, Pops, I was like, 10 years ago, this shit hit me too, because, like, we're riding motorcycles and that shit fucked me up. I'm fucking back there crying like, oh, bitch, like, it was cool. So, like, hey, Pops, like 10 years ago, if somebody would have told you that me and you riding down the park with on bikes, what would you have told him? He was like, right. So, yeah, this man, he ain't really, you know what I'm saying? We ain't know each other. We're two grown ass fucking men. You know, like, I'm my son, and he's my father, and I know he loves me. It is what it is. I don't know what the fuck, kind of like we're learning about each other, you know what I'm saying? And I've got similar circumstances which happen. So, like, I don't know what the fuck happened. You know, the basic way, the way I look at it is like, he was not equipped to deal with the shit that was going on at the time. He didn't know how to emotionally or what. And same with me. He was a kid having a kid. He had never seen a lot of other shit. But look, he's here for me now. I never would have thought, and he never would have thought. I ain't nobody. I got my friend Frankie, and she's fucking in jail right now. You know, we always do the fucking whatever, but it's like, you know, like, he's here. And I know and I'm sure my mom is fucking hating it. You know, and she asked when I was coming out here, like, if I was coming over here, and it's none of her business. You know, and she respected it. And she asked how I got out here, and I said, I drove, and she asked who, and I'm forgetting, like, doesn't matter. She's like, no, it doesn't. You know, and she agrees with me being here. And I know it sucks that for her, like, I'm sure it's a lie, and I don't mean any disrespect for my stepfather either. That's the man who raised me, that's my father, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the man. we're not on speaking terms right now for whatever reason. I said I broke him too, and fucking it is what it is. I made my amends there. It is what it is. I can't force him to fucking accept my shit. No, that's you gotta just live with that. Yeah, so me and my pops is building a relationship and working and I'm off everything and like I'm just trying to get back and help others and I'm trying to get involved with this church and I'm gonna start talking to adolescent teens and I want to start help rebuilding. I'm trying to get back into the construction industry. I'm really trying to wait the winter out and see what's cracking. But I want to start a business. I've got ideas. I've got a lot of positive ideas that I believe could be beneficial to a lot of people. I would love to start a prison reform program. I don't think that we need to keep sending people to prison over dumb shit. I would love to create an organization, have my own fucking construction company, bring these men from prisons and off the streets and out of rehabs and teach them a fucking trade and help them get their apprenticeship license and have housing that they can start paying for once they establish themselves and work towards something and learn something so they're not going back to the same fucking shit. The system is set up against us, bro. The government is not there for us, bro. Start running shit, start looking at shit. I started looking, disconnecting was the best way that I could connect with God. Fuck Facebook, fuck Instagram, fuck YouTube, fuck listening to music, you know what I mean? Hopping on the motorcycle, riding through the fucking mountains, bro, disconnecting, fuck people, bro. Being one with nature, feeling the presence of God, looking at the beautiful creation, the fucking mountains, the trees, the leaves falling, be grateful for the little fucking things, bro. Life is short. Yeah, it might be long, but bro, in the grand scheme of things, we are only here but for a short time. Do more than just exist, bro. So yeah, that's what I'm here for. Thanks for listening. I know it's a long shit. I'm sure not a lot of people follow this all the way out, but yeah, fuck it, we'll make it a whole hour. We got 3 more minutes. So yeah, that's my goal. My mission is to do better, be better, and help others. To do my damnedest every day. I'm going to do at least one thing to put myself in a better position for tomorrow. That's how I'm looking at life. That's what the fuck I'm doing. I'm getting tunnel vision. I know what the fuck I want and I'm coming for it. It is what it is. All glory be to God, bro. He pulled me through it. I'm a sinner. I'm a fucking, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Wasn't a good person. I am a good person. It is, you know what I'm saying? Just, yeah, let's start fucking changing shit, bro. Walk with a purpose. No longer accept the same old bullshit. If you're not fucking fruitful and beneficial to my life and my purpose, and you're fucking dragging me down and fucking sucking me dry, emotional vampires, fuck you. Push on, bro. If you're there for me and helping me and I'm helping you and we're moving forward in life, let's do it. I don't give a fuck if you're family or not. Because a lot of mine done turn their back on me. It is what it is. There's people that ain't talking to me that I love very much and I still have love and respect for them, and then I can't say that my man bro don't fuck with me that much because my man loves me enough to take my fucking kid in and raise it. I know Frankie can't stand it, but fuck her too. That's love. Me sacrificing myself to put my kids in a better position. Fuck it. At least they ain't going through it with me. And I placed them into a loving Christian home and people who love and support them and are fucking providing for them a life that we couldn't fucking provide for them. And it's a shame that I get, that people are not allowing me to be present in their life. But that's only hurting the child. And they'll see it. Fuck me up, it's gonna fuck them up. And it's gonna backfire. Eventually. Man, it's like I'm 41 and my pops and me are like just now getting tight. That's a shame. Cause should have been sooner.
No.
Should have been sooner. Always worried about what somebody else is thinking. Can't hurt my mom's feelings. Don't want to do good. You know, and you respect a lot of that and hope, but man, be true to yourself. Fuck with the ones that fuck with you. Stay loyal. Loyalty, love, and respect.